What is up, folks? This is Luxtruck9 here, bringing you a troubleshooting video. If you are tuning into this video, it probably means you are getting the couldn't create client error in the Slippi Dolphin emulator. Now, this problem is caused by your inability for Dolphin to access your network through a port or to accept connections via a port. So generally, this could be your computer or your router. So let's troubleshoot the first step. And the first step is ensuring that it can go through a firewall. So what you're going to do is type in allow and then search for an allow an app through Windows Firewall. You're going to click enter. Now what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down and you are going to look for Dolphin.exe. Now I would recommend pulling up the details on this, finding this path, and ensuring that you are in fact allowing the correct Dolphin. Once you have found the correct Dolphin, you can check or uncheck accordingly. You would have to click change settings in order to uncheck these and stuff. But yeah, so anyway, that's how you would let it go through the firewall. So that's step one. And now what you would do is you would restart your computer and try running it again. And if you're still getting this couldn't create client error, it means it's time to port forward. Now, you may be wondering, oh, how do I port forward? That sounds kind of difficult, right? It's not that difficult. How to port forward on Netgear router. So if you have a Netgear router, you're going to want to Google this, and you're going to want to write down some important information. So the important information are these ports, 51,000 to 51,100. These are the important ports. Those are what Slippi needs. So you're going to need that range. This is the starting range. This is the end range. And you're going to need it on the UDP protocol. So what you would then do is you'd follow some instructions on how to port forward. So the thing you will need for port forwarding is those ports. You'll also need the IP address of the computer you'll be using to access Dolphin. So for example, if I'm using this Windows computer, I type in cmd, and I'm going to type in ipconfig, and I'm going to get the IPv4 address of this computer. You can do this process on Mac with ifconfig. The description, this like data it outputs will be a little bit different, but you can still find the same thing. Generally, it will look like this. It'll be like the 192.168.0 or .1, and then at the end it'll have its unique identifier for which device it is on the network. So once you have that information, you can see, so if we were on Netgear, we would go to I could do it on this, but I don't want to give away my router information. You would go to routerlogin.net. You would then go to the Advanced tab. You'd go to Advanced Settings. You would click on Port Forwarding, Port Triggering. You'd add Custom Service, which is a button right down here at the bottom. You would then input the name. You can call this like Slippi, and you select protocol, and you would select UDP there. And then it's 51,000 for the starting value, external starting port, and then 51,100 for the external ending port. And you would make sure you'd have it available for the IP address, internal IP 192.168.0.13 in my case. In your case, it could be something different. But anyway, once you do all that, you should restart your router and try it again. And then hopefully, at that point, you won't get the couldn't create client error. I had to do both of those steps in order to not get the couldn't create client. I allowed the app through the firewall first, and then I port forwarded, and I found success with the port forwarding. So you may, and also I didn't edit the firewall settings at all. So just letting you know, it's generally, if you get this error, most likely port forwarding. All right, thank you for watching.